Welcome back, kids and coaches, to the Briones Pickleball Podcast. I'm your co-host, Caden Niemoff, and to my left is your host, Jordan Briones. But today, we're not important because we have a very special guest for you, and his name is Augie Ge.
Augie, what's going on, dude?
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me. Yeah, glad to be on the pod.
You know, for the second time in Briones Pickleball Podcast history, there are 2.5 Asian men in this room. So cheers to us.
I love that. Yeah,
Woo!
cheers.
There you go.
Cheers.
That's one to cheer.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Feel right at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know who Augie Ge, is it Ge?
It's Ge.
You know what?
Yeah.
I always thought it was, I think most people probably pronounce it Ge or something.
Yeah, Ge, and then some people will say G, but
Yeah.
yeah, I usually don't correct people, to be honest.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice guy, huh? Nice guy. Yeah, so Augie Ge, he plays on the tour, playing PPA and APP. Wait, both, right?
Yeah, I play both.
Yeah, and he's made some big waves here, 2023. We'll talk about that in the future, but of this podcast. But I don't know, Augie, who are you, man? What do you do right now currently, and how'd you get into pickleball?
Yeah. So my name is Augie. I was born and raised right here in Phoenix, Arizona, and one of the few true natives of Phoenix, I would say. And I play pro pickleball. Up until recently, I was working as a statistician at a biotech company, and then recently left my job and now really going to try to pursue pro pickleball for 2024. So I'm super excited.
Are you going full pickleball 2024?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
We'll see. I definitely still like statistics and data science, and do see myself having continuing my career there at some point. But it would definitely have to be in the right situation that would align with pro pickleball.
Yeah,
for sure.
Awesome.
That's dope. You know, one of the things that Augie and I have in common, besides, of course, being Asian, is that we're both left-handed. Lefty. Augie is a southpaw, so
There we go.
he is a little bit more traditional in terms of he actually plays pickleball left-handed. I randomly just kind of picked up a paddle right-handed, but besides that, yeah, we're both southpaws.
Yeah, so you're very similar, but the exact opposite.
Same, but different.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, let's do a dismount real quick.
Oh yeah, we're gonna let go of these bad boys real quick.
All right, Augie. All right, Caden. For the viewers out there, we're going to talk actually a lot about strategy today. We've got some high-level play here on the table. I don't know, maybe a duper combination of at least 15 to 17 or something. Where are we?
The three of us?
Yeah. I mean, that's we can start a 16, 17 duper team or something here.
maybe 18.
7, 8, maybe 18.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
18.
But
Close to 18. Very close to 18.
There's a lot of experience here on the table. For those of you watching, we're going to talk a lot of strategy. And kind of, we're going to hear Augie's story, how it is in pro pickleball. Obviously, Caden, you guys know him, but, we're going to be learning a lot today.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
This guy's, I mean, not only one of the smartest people I know, but also just like so smart in terms of pickleball strategy. Super, just knows what he wants to do on the pickleball court, knows what he's trying to do, knows who he wants to play with, and it's actually really cool to kind of see how Augie has kind of risen up in the rankings here in Arizona. And now next year, I think coming into pickleball, going to rise up the ranks very quickly as well.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Caden.
Wow,
Yeah.
So
this is
kind.
my guy right
Wow,
here.
you're gassing
Love
me
this
up.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
Dude. Augie, how did you, so you're from here.
Yeah.
So, and you, big tennis background. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and just how you got in and maybe first time you played and how was that up until now,
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, kind of a big junior tennis background, at least here in the States. I played all like the USTA junior tournaments and played college tennis at the University of New Mexico and then transferred to the University of Arizona. And then when I think the very first time, though, that I played pickleball was in like middle school PE. So I was watching like Pessa's podcast, and like he has maybe a similar story. So
Wait, whose podcast?
Pessa, when Pessa was
Pessa.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess in some like public schools in America, they have that as part of the curriculum. So
Which is wild because I never played pickleball when I was
Yeah.
in school. Never played pickleball.
yeah, I vividly remember it. And we did it for like a week. It was a ton of fun. Yeah, and then didn't play until I think I played once February 2022 with Nico Montoya. So we have like kind of a mutual friend group, and we were out like at a bar one time on like a Friday night. And our friend was like, yeah, you should come out to Herberger Park and play pickleball tomorrow morning. Like Nico goes and plays. I'm like, oh my gosh, Nico, I haven't seen him in forever. So I went out the next morning. Nico and I got a few rec games in, and
Let's
it was,
go.
yeah, that was the first time I played. I was living in Rhode Island at the time, though. I was just back home visiting. So then I didn't get to play until I moved back, and then really started playing again. I think September of 2022. Yeah, September of last year.
Got it. So it's only been a year, dude?
Yeah, a little over now. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate you.
Crazy, bro.
Everything I said earlier, I take back.
Wow.
No, yeah, but I also played. I went to grad school and played table tennis in grad school, so I think that helps with my background a lot as well.
Dude, I didn't know that.
You can see it, man. You can see it on his forehead. That's nasty.
So like what like certain level or just like
Yeah.
intramural or whatever?
So it was like varsity, if you can really
wow.
count if college has varsity table tennis, but like there are some guys at like NYU who like played in the Olympics who would like play like in this intercollegiate table tennis. So I was nowhere near that level, but like in the year and a half, 2 years that I played, I got up to like a 1700. If anyone knows all the
I don't know what the heck that means, but cool.
friends out there,
That
yeah.
sounds
That's a
sounds
good
high.
SAT score right there.
It's like advanced intermediate, I would say. Yeah, but it helps a lot.
Yeah. Do you know?
That's wicked.
I don't know. I mean, I know Ben's played. Do you know his rating? He must have said it on a podcast. I just wanna
Must
know.
have, yeah. I bet he was probably around. I don't know. I don't want to say. He was probably 2,000 plus.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. He was probably legit.
All I have to say is Augie and I took a little boys trip with all the guys out here in Arizona. We all went to Payson, and Craig
When was this?
a
Recently?
couple months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe
couple
2
months ago, we all just like went up
Sure.
one weekend to Payson, stayed at Craig's house that just houses way too many people, and it was actually like MLP weekend, first MLP weekend,
Yes.
when DC totally didn't clutch up and blew a huge lead. But anyways, we all went to Payson, and Craig had a ping pong table in his garage, and I think every guy in the house tried to take on Augie, and it just didn't go well for
Okay, all right.
anybody.
So Augie was the ping pong king over there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I scored like 7 points on him. No big deal.
Yeah, no, Caden was tough, but yeah, it was a little unfair because I had like a proper paddle, and
This guy literally brought his paddle. I mean,
I had to bring my paddle.
Yeah,
I
I
carry my
see.
paddle with me everywhere.
see.
Yeah.
yeah. If he was using the piece of wood that I was using, man, it would have been
Wow.
different story,
So
man.
You might have gotten 8 points.
Unfair
Yeah.
equipment, huh?
Totally would have been like a 2200 for sure.
Cool, man. All right, so you got started so just over a year ago
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and when was your first tournament? I guess.
Yeah. So first tournament was last year, PPA Vegas. Nico and I played 5-0 men's.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first
Damn.
tournament was 5-0,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
how did you do there?
We went 1 and 2. We won our first and then lost our next 2. Yeah.
Damn, lefty.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
that.
It was fun.
That's cool.
We played I think we played straight up. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good first experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right for first tournament.
Yeah. We'll take a
I'm
dub.
glad you didn't just go in there and wipe everybody. That would have
No,
been.
That would not have been good for my ego.
Okay. Cool. So first tournament was when was that again?
I think Vegas is beginning of October.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So beginning of October.
Yeah.
And then, like, what was the first time that you saw a little success, or first time you thought like, oh, maybe I can be at a really high level and compete with the pros? Like, when was that? When did that switch over?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say I think it was APP Mesa in March
Of this year, yeah.
of this year. Yeah.
I actually remember that. You played with Jackson.
Yeah. Shout out to Jackson. Yeah, we made it through qualies in the morning. Like had to go through 3 tough matches, and then went 2-2 in the main draw. Had some decent wins there. So that's when I figured I could like kind of hang at the pro level. And then like first PPA main draw was with Michael Lloyd in Atlanta PPA, I think in May. And we went through qualies there and won a match in the back draw. So that's when I started to realize I could maybe, play
Take
pro.
a swing at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, man. Like you kind of, well, and it's kind of funny because I feel like most people are just like these days, like, oh, like I could play pro. And they just kind of go in there and they don't really know what to expect and it ends up being a crapshoot. But like for a guy like Augie, like I think we all kind of knew when Augie started playing pickleball, we were like, holy crap, this guy's going to be good. I mean, you and I even talked about it because you would drill with him.
Oh, it's fun. Okay, so this is what I wanted to know. Did we start drilling like before even you met Caden and stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
We definitely played that rec game with Nico, and then I'm sure you remember Eben.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was before I met Caden.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, also, to be fair, I was still working at Legacy, so I was kind of still trapped.
Yeah.
And
Now you're free, yeah?
I'm free now. I'm free like a bird. But no, like I just like didn't get to play that much with people.
Yeah.
You know, like living in Tempe, I never played in Tempe or Scottsdale or like I didn't play at Brad's house until I started playing Tuesday night pickleball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never played out there. And if I ever played, it was always at Legacy because it was just like in the middle of work.
Right.
You know, and for everyone else, that's a 45-minute drive. So no one's booking it out there. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
this guy's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, so yeah, Augie, I don't even remember how we met, but how did we, because we drilled we drilled several times. Actually, if you guys want to check it out, there's a good video of me and Augie drilling where
There
we
actually is.
break some stuff down. But when did do you remember that, dude?
I do. Yeah, actually. It was through Marco.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it,
yeah.
got it.
Marco brought me in. We did some like 3-person drilling.
Okay, now I remember.
Yeah.
How do you know Marco?
Through tennis, actually. Yeah. So we,
small world.
yeah, I think he played some college tennis at Mesa Community College, and I would go train with those guys sometimes when I was in juniors.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
He's
filthy.
always been a super nice dude.
Okay.
Damn, he was in college and you were in juniors and like, hey, let me
like-
just come and whoop you real quick.
No, it was nothing. It was like, I think he was only like 2 years older than me, something like that.
No.
Yeah, dude. No, that's cool, man. Yeah, thanks, sir. Appreciate drilling. I know we haven't gone on the court recently.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. But yeah, always enjoyed it. And even in the I guess the beginning of your kind of career or whatever, what I did notice about your game, what I really liked about it was kind of like the smoothness and like kind of consistency, like what you talked about.
Oh, this guy's so
Aiden,
buttery.
about like I don't know, you have the flip end where it's like super sporadic and a lot of power and a lot of, I think that was, you working on your soft game like super early on.
Mm-hmm.
I think was huge for you. I don't know, maybe you tell me your process from when you very first started, but that's just what I noticed in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. No, I just want to say, like, I think in the times that we were drilling, like, I don't know, we've probably drilled like 10 to 15, 20 times. Those like 15 sessions are probably like the most beneficial sessions I got like in the first like 8 months of me playing. So yeah, that was really like instrumental for my game.
All right,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah.
Look at you. Man. Look at you.
No, that was seriously
So
such
inspirational.
good work. Like I took a lot from that. And as far as like the soft game, honestly, like in the beginning, I was playing like a little bit of singles as well.
Yeah,
And singles is just, I like playing singles, but it's kind of hard. And I wanted to just be a much better doubles player. And I knew like the main skills that I needed to fill in were my dinks. So yeah, I really emphasized dinking. And then we did the reset game, and that really like helped me a lot.
You're
Doing
talking
that
about when
early
we
on.
drilled.
Yeah, you and I.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I had literally every drill session since the first time we drilled, I've done like at least a game of resets, and that's
Nice,
helped
man.
a ton.
Were you more of a doubles or a singles guy in tennis?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say I always preferred doubles more.
Really? So you
Big
played
time.
both, but
Yeah.
would you say you were better at one than the other?
In juniors, I was definitely better at doubles.
Interesting.
In college, it maybe evened out a little more. I'd say I was still a better doubles player. Yeah.
But for juniors, I didn't play tennis, so I don't know how any of this crap works. In juniors, do you still have to like pick your own partner, or are you like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do. It's similar to how it runs now.
Who was the guy you were running it with back in
Yeah.
2010?
That's a great question. I'd say I had the most success with a kid named Robert Seavey, who's from Tucson. I think he's like maybe a doctor now or something.
What?
Okay.
He
Save lives.
yeah, he played actually at Santa Clara with Connor Garnett. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Seavey. It's been a while, man.
Wow. So he's good.
Yeah, he was good.
I hope
yeah.
he stays a doctor
Yeah.
for my sake.
Uh-huh.
Because if we have another dangerous tennis player who played with you back in the day, he comes into pickleball,
Yeah, dude.
I might as well call my career over.
Yeah, he would be nasty. Yeah, and I think Nico knows him as well. Yeah, we all like grew up playing junior tennis around here, so
man.
That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah, crazy.
Was Nico a better tennis player than you?
He was older. I'd say he's probably a little better than me. Yeah, he was really.
Maybe just a little bit stronger.
He was just such a
point.
good competitor. Yeah,
Wow.
he was stronger as well. Insane cardio and just never missed a ball.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's kind of how it is nowadays in singles too. I mean, the couple times I've had to play any points against Nico in singles, I've been scared.
dude, he's a dog.
He's nasty. He's beaten some big names in pickleball
Yeah.
in singles.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't underestimate that guy whatsoever. He is getting every single ball back.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
big time.
Augie, let me ask you this. Main differences, okay? So you can think about this however you want. But tennis and pickleball, what have you learned? Maybe this is a good question for players coming in the game, transitioning from tennis, okay? So what are the three main differences, and what's three main tips you can give somebody to really accelerate their learning and, from coming from tennis to pickleball? Because obviously you've done that and, through this time, so.
Yeah, for sure. As far as the differences, I think it's just like everyone says, like the soft game emphasis, and then just like the stark difference between singles and doubles is something that you really have to emphasize as well. Like you got to be like dialed in to practice doubles, and then in another session or maybe afterwards dialed into practice singles. Like you can't, the skill sets don't really overlap.
100%.
Do you think the doubles and singles disparity, or we'll call it the gap of skill sets, is the same as tennis doubles and singles, or do you think it's actually more? What do you think, dude?
I'd say it's more.
Wow.
More in pickleball. Yeah, definitely. Because I'd say it primarily because of the dinking and transition aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those skills are not in singles at all, really, in pickleball. Whereas in tennis, like every skill that you have in doubles, you might still utilize in singles.
Yeah.
In tennis.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild. What would you say is like the biggest thing that you struggled with when you first kind of came into pickleball?
Yeah. Resetting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. When I first started playing, like I would try to counter everything from the midcourt. Did not have any success.
Yeah.
And then I would try to like rush in after hitting a good third, and
Right.
Would get caught like moving. So then, when Jordan and I did the reset drill, I was like, yo, this is like
This makes sense.
eye-opening,
Yeah.
life-changing.
Yeah, well, I think you were just starting there, and I was like, dude, let's do some resets. And
Yeah.
I now I remember you're like, well, what? Not what?
What's
not
that?
like what's that? But you were, it was kind of new to you.
So new. Yeah.
So, but he got it like pretty quick.
Oh, I bet.
I don't know.
Only took
I'll
him
take
4
it.
balls,
Hey,
and he was resetting like a master. That's wild. What was This is going to be super random, but what was your first pickleball paddle?
Ooh.
Great question. Okay, the first one was like the white and red like head one. I think that's like $60 or $70. It's like the
With the like, there's like check marks on, or there's like plus marks on it or something. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what that
It's
is,
like
man.
some block
yeah.
graphic.
Yeah,
something
there's like
that.
a little like I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
There's like a little graphic. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because a lot of my students when I teach had those.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. Okay.
For
That was your
sure.
first one?
Yep. And then so for my birthday last year, I got like a proper raw carbon fiber. It was the Diadem Warrior Edge. Yeah. So that's also how I remember it's like
Actually, I remember you playing with that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you play with that. You were nasty with that thing, man.
Thanks. I'll take it.
I would say you're playing with something similar now.
Yeah. I've always kind of preferred the softer paddles.
You have enough power.
Yeah. No. Thanks. From the Warrior Edge, I switched directly to the Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
That's a good paddle too.
No, I might have switched to. Okay, yeah. I switched to the Vatic Pro, like the first iteration.
The orange.
Yes, orange one,
lettering,
14 millimeter. Because so Caden was talking with them, and Caden had two paddles, and they this was when the delamming was all first happening.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, this thing like hits so hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I hit.
Sounds like a shotgun.
Yeah. It was wild. Hit 3 balls with it, then bought it off Amazon the night of.
Yeah.
Played with that for like 2 months, I would say. And then switched to the Legacy Pro, used that for a tournament, maybe a couple tournaments, and then switched to what I currently use, which is the Vatic Prism V7. Yeah.
And you just officially signed with them, did you not?
I did. Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
So shout out to Vatic.
Yeah. Sponsored player now.
Sponsored pro athlete.
Moving up a little bit.
Parents must be proud.
Yeah. So proud.
Like, yes, you pickleball player now. Not doctor. Woo.
Is that how his parents sound, dude?
I don't know.
Pretty much.
Actually, well, I met your dad. Yeah, that's kind of. I would say that's kind of accurate.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Met him in San Clemente. He's a cool guy. I went up to him. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Gunn, nice to meet you." He's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And then didn't say another word. Yeah.
I remember that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm. Who'd you play with in San Clemente?
Danny Jensen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You guys played a good amount of them together this year.
Yeah, we played 4 tournaments. Yeah,
Wow.
had a few good runs.
Nice.
You did.
He's super fun to play with.
Took me out one tournament.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was like.
Wow. What do your parents think about the whole thing, dude?
They're really supportive. Yeah, they're super supportive with tennis, and they just see that I really like playing pickleball. So they are really happy that I'm playing. They come out to Tuesday nights whenever they can for Tuesday night pickleball. And
I've seen your whole family, your sister too, right?
Yeah. So my little sister is a senior at ASU now.
Damn.
Yeah, and sometimes she's free on Tuesday nights as well. She comes out.
Go.
Yeah.
Wait, she plays too?
She plays a little bit. Yeah.
She was a high level tennis player?
No, she was like, she played varsity in high school, but
okay.
didn't play in college or anything. So yeah, she was like high level in that regard. And then she plays a little bit of pickleball. Yeah.
Nice.
She did say she was the star of her pickleball class that she took at ASU. So.
She's like, my brother's a pro. No big deal.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So actually going back, so you said the 3 things or 3 tips.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yeah.
Forgot. Okay,
That's
I don't
right.
want to get
Forgot
sidetracked here. So you said I think transitioning,
Yep.
resets.
Yep.
And then what would be some 2 other ones that you would encourage tennis players to work on as they come in?
Yeah. That's good because I've been like kind of subconsciously thinking about it as well since then. Something that's helped me a lot too, and it's kind of how I think the pro game is going, is like coming over your returns. So in tennis, like when you would try to come in off your return, it would mostly be like a chip and charge. And now a lot more players, I'd say, are trying to hit topspin on their returns to give themselves more time.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. And then maybe same principle would go for drops, although it's not as important or fundamental.
So clarify that. What do you mean on drops?
So like when I first started, I was doing like a lot of backspin drops, which are good as well for consistency's sake. But now I think some players are utilizing like topspin. As you actually, you had a recent video with a topspin drop, and it just helps you get in, I think. Better.
Actually, we can talk about a little bit about that in the future. So resetting, you said coming over on your returns, which really means, so you're talking about topspin. And then more aggressive drops with topspin.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Now, this is a debate. I'd like to get actually both your insight here. This is a debate that's been going on. A lot of people are pushing the, no more slices, more topspin returns. I want to get your point of view, Augie, on why do you think that is, and like, are you? I mean, I know actually I've seen it. You're returning with more topspin as well, but anything to the listeners or viewers out there that you can decipher from topspin versus underspin? Because I actually still use some slice returns in my game. But I'm actually practicing both. But I'd like to get your insight on that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely room for both. Like you said, you hit a lot of slice returns still, and Caden has like one of the nastiest backhand slice returns ever. Like, seriously, you get so much backspin on it. Like, we just played today, and I tried to hit a couple topspin drops off it, and it just like shot straight down. So I think there's a lot of value in mixing it up. What was the original question?
Oh no, like on return specifically.
Yes.
Right. I'm seeing it on social media. I'm kind of seeing on YouTube videos like, the slice return is like totally gone. We need to go to topspin.
Right.
I don't agree 100%.
Right.
But I would like to get your take on the differences of topspin and slice returns, and when you would maybe use one or the other, or do you kind of agree with some people who say, oh, there's no place for, you should never slice your returns anymore?
Yeah. So I would say I personally come over probably 90% of my returns, maybe 95%, but I do think there's a lot of value in mixing it up.
Now on I know forehands, but backhands as well, you're coming over all those too?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does.
Full drive. And I think it just helps me get in better, and helps to force my opponents to hit a more defensive third, I'd say. Because when you hit a slice, if someone's got a good drive, they can really use your underspin as their topspin.
It's true.
But then again, like, if you can be like smart and mix it up, there's a ton of value.
Thoughts from you, Caden? Slice, underspin return versus topspin return.
I would agree with Augie in terms of, like, if you can come over the top of, the backhand and the forehand and be able to hit topspin on those returns, I do think actually that it does force a little bit more pressure. That being said, I didn't play tennis, so I don't have a two-hander, and I've still been kind of working on it and toying around with it.
You kind of slice all your.
I for the most part, I slice pretty much 99% of my backhand returns, and that's mostly because, like, one, I feel very confident in my slice, and with my slice, when I hit it well, it's very hard to get underneath. And in pickleball, like, I mean, no matter what shot you hit in pickleball, unless it's a overhead or like a high volley, I mean, you do for the most part always have to kind of get underneath the ball a little bit. So if I can really keep my slice low, it can cause issues. But there are times, like Augie said, where, if you don't hit it well and you are now, starting to move forward, that's a ball that people are going to tee off on. And especially in singles, that is a ball that people love. You know what I mean? So it kind of just bounces and sits up. Instead of bouncing and kind of staying low. So it really just depends on how much you trust your slice, how good your slice is, and if you can make one work, then awesome. But it doesn't mean you can't try and add another, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm always, I mean, we talked about this the other day. Like I would love to work on a two-hand backhand for specific shots.
We'll actually get into that in a bit, but so for me, the slice return, for most players, and those of you listening, it is a slower ball, and it kind of floats a little bit more. So for those players who are struggling to get to the line or their mobility isn't as good, the slice return is a great option. But at the pro levels now, right? Everyone's really, really fast. And what you kind of talked about, Augie, about, if someone hits more slice, it's easier for them to, on their third, to gain a little bit more topspin. So I think that's like the main thing. But yeah, I think there's a difference in kind of like the quality of slice returns. Because I think back in the day, right? Now I know you weren't playing 5 years ago, Augie, but like more like a slice, like high slice, right? Floaty coming in, and then that gives a lot of time for your opponents to set up. But I've played some really good tennis players. If they can, where the slice is cut like super close to the net and it's super low, like that kind of slice, that's tough.
Yeah.
So like, I think there's like a difference between, and I think as players, I just think it's good to mix in, but if you could keep it like low to the net and it's like, and your bounce is really low, that I think, I think both.
Dangerous.
I'm working on both, by the way, on the topspin as well on my backhand.
Yeah.
Nice.
But,
yeah, for sure. It can be super tough when it's like a slice low. That's why like for Caden, like I wouldn't necessarily prioritize trying to like learn a two-hander. Like eventually you'll get it, but
right.
You are so dialed in with your backspin slice return that like, that's a hard return to deal with.
yeah.
Give some people some issues,
Yeah.
If I can.
Big time.
Okay. All right. What's next, man?
Well,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, on that note, what was, besides tennis, what were like other activities that you did? Like, did you have to take piano lessons?
I did, yeah.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say so stereotypical, and then he was like, "Yeah."
Seriously.
Oh, okay.
That was a random question.
Yeah, way to just assume that and be right about it.
I didn't actually even know the answer to that question, but you didn't have to do singing.
No, I did not.
I see. I had to do singing, so I had a double whammy. But
double whammy.
all I'm saying right now is an Asian parent did not raise you correctly if they did not put you in piano lessons. All right? All of my cousins, we all took piano. All right? All my friends growing up, they all took piano. All right? Eventually, you just,
I think, is it more
did you take piano? You take piano?
Hold on, I'm about to tell you. Is it more of a Chinese thing? Because I didn't take piano lessons.
Maybe.
I wonder.
Maybe.
Do you guys think
Could
so?
be. I don't know.
Because I didn't take any piano lessons.
Yeah.
But
A lot of my family friends who are Chinese did take piano lessons as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just because it's like a very elegant kind of instrument,
Yeah. Anyways, but besides that, like what were other things like growing up that you really like enjoyed doing besides like the whole tennis thing?
Yeah. I'd say tennis is definitely my favorite activity.
Damn, really?
Yeah. But I've always been like a huge foodie as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, like ever
we
since I
gotta
was
go get some Thai food, dude.
That's type of guy.
Say less.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm down.
Say less. I will say less.
Yeah, I remember like being like 8 years old watching like the Food Network. And, so I think that sparked it. Yeah.
Nice.
But always been into food and like loved when we would go out to eat as a family.
Favorite food, man. What is it?
It's got to be Chinese food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chinese. Okay, favorite dish.
Favorite dish?
Like, are we talking about traditional Chinese? Or are we talking about like American Chinese? Like,
I'd say
More
traditional.
We ain't talking about Panda Express here. Come on, dog.
hey, I don't know. So what's a traditional dish? Like, what's
Hum your guy up fine, like fish fried rice.
What did you say, bro?
Hum your guy up fine. Did you know?
A little bit.
You telling me right now that I speak more Chinese than you?
No, like
Yeah.
your
You're just pronouncing it
your
wrong.
accent. Is it? Do you speak
Oh, I speak
Mandarin?
Cantonese.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
that's a big
Oh.
difference.
Loser.
That's a huge difference.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
it is.
All right,
Speak Mandarin?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, really?
We got
Yeah,
some clash of the
You
clash
can
of the
speak with my
languages here.
sister.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. My family, my mom speaks Toisan.
Oh.
And then when my sister went to school, they were teaching Mandarin, so she learned Mandarin. And then when I went to the same school, I was taught Cantonese. So like at home, we just speak English because we can't even speak our Chinese
Yeah,
to
you
each
can't
other.
even practice.
You know, exactly. I had to go home and be like, well,
All right,
hey, Mom.
dude, you gotta tell me the freaking best Chinese spots around here because it's so hard to find a good Chinese place here.
Yeah.
This
I
guy
got
the other
you.
day was like, bro, I found this super good Chinese place, and it's literally like knockoff Panda Express.
Relative,
But it was good.
yeah.
I'll be honest, it was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Very much Arizona Asian food, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the places in like Mesa and like that Asian district are really good.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
but we'll definitely go.
Where?
Okay.
In Mesa in the Asian district, like in Mekong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I go
there
to
and get Vietnamese sandwiches.
Mekong sandwiches, bro.
Yeah, those are fire.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like $6.
Alright.
So good.
Okay. Where were we? We went to the we kind of
Besides being a
derailed the
foodie,
food. There
yeah.
we go.
Besides being a foodie, besides playing tennis, besides playing piano.
Do you still play piano, by the way?
No, I'm so bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Was Rachel Ray the show that you used to watch?
I have seen 30-minute meals.
Yep.
Yeah. Rachel Ray.
What's Rachel Ray?
Dog, what?
That's a cooking channel.
You've been living under a
Rachel
rock or
Ray.
something.
No, Rachel Ray. Yeah.
That's my girl right there.
Yeah.
I had a crush on that lady when I was younger.
Did you really?
Oh, heck yeah, man. I was like, make me some food, Rachel Ray.
Oh man, that's a throwback. Yeah. No, but besides that, I also did swimming competitively until I was like
that's-
10
I
or
can see that.
11.
You actually have a
Dude, you have like a swimming
swimmer
I
body.
do,
type.
yeah. I've
Swimmer
got like
bod.
a super long torso, kind of short legs, Yeah.
Don't talk to me about short legs right now, bro. I don't want to hear it. but-
You're just a little short.
Yeah. How tall are your parents?
My dad's 5'8". My mom is 5'5", 5'4", 5'5".
Oh,
Dude,
see,
so you
that's
got
why.
tall, bro.
Yeah.
Because your mom's tall.
I think, it comes from my mom's side. My mom's dad was like 5'11", I've been told. I don't think I ever met him.
See, my dad's 6'2", my mom's 5 feet. That's why I'm 5'9", But, like, I do have, like, very much the Asian body build where it's, like, longer torso.
Yeah.
Shorter. I'm not proud of it, but
You
at least
should be.
but at least you're, like,
Be proud of it.
Yeah.
okay, I'm
be
proud of it. I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. But, like, at least you're 6'2", like.
Dude, are you
On a great day.
Okay, so you're
I'm 6'1".
dude.
Yeah.
We would take 6'1" any day.
I would take
Dude,
6'1".
I'd be like rolling shots in here.
I would
I
would do bad things to be 6'1". All right, let's put it that way.
I got super lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. Okay.
But, besides that,
Yeah.
you were
That's
saying.
about it. Like growing up.
Really?
Yeah. And then when I was in college, didn't really have much time for anything else other than tennis
Yeah.
and studies. And then
Right.
in
Grind,
grad
huh?
school, grind. Grad school, I also played some like rec basketball. That was a ton of fun.
Oh, rec basketball is.
He
Yeah,
was the
I would go to,
he was the Jeremy Lin over there, bro.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We did win our low division intramural league my
Damn.
second year of grad school, so
pretty
no
impressive.
big deal. But
no big deal.
Yeah, 6 foot and under league. That one.
So you must have been 5'11" at the time.
Yeah.
You're still growing.
All right, so I got one here, Augie. So you said you started actually very similar to me, but different because my situation was 7 years ago. But my very first tournament was 5-0. And obviously the levels were lower, but
Well, there wasn't even really a pro division at the time.
true. But there were still the top players at the time. But,
Right.
But I did learn a lot from coming out of that first tournament. So my question to you, I guess, is you were at the 5-0 level playing.
Yeah.
From there to what you learn now, what are some key things that for any of the aspiring, like if they're pushing 5-0 now, I mean, what's the difference? We're gonna actually get into this very specifically, but what are some of the things you learn through that journey, going from that gap, 5-0 to pro?
5-0 to pro, I would say for me, I just wasn't extremely comfortable with my dinks. So just upping like the volume of hitting high quality dinks. Like even in warm up, I would miss like one in every like 10 like straight on dinks.
Right.
When that number got to like 1 in 50, I started to feel a ton more comfortable. And then it was just a matter of, like I said earlier, like transition and the reset in the mid court, getting those just locked down such that I didn't have as much pressure to hit a decent third and that I could still make my way to the kitchen. That was like extremely valuable for me.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like
Great answer. Great
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. I feel like most players like going from 4-5 to 5-0 and then even like 5-0 to pro, like the more you like actually learn to like trust yourself and realize that like, oh, hey, like, look, I don't have to hit this perfect ball to still be either aggressive or move forward. Like that's a big thing that I've also like noticed, like, cause I mean, I started, when I started, I was bad. I was really, really bad.
You started as a 3-0.
Don't talk to me like that. I was not.
You were 3-5.
I was getting my butt kicked by some old ladies. I don't even remember their names. I'm sorry. But, I mean, genuinely, like, as I kind of got from, like, because, like, I remember, like, my first, like, real, like, pro tournament was, like, during COVID. It was, like, 2021. I played a tournament in Newport Beach with Rob Cassidy, and, like, I felt like I was ready to go. I felt like I was working out like all that time, like during COVID and whatnot. So I felt in great shape. And like, I just felt silly out there. And I think the biggest thing is like, I just felt like so much pressure of like playing pros that like, I felt like I had to do something like really, really good in order to do something, you know? And like, that's just like not the case. You just have to like trust your shots, know which ones work. And then from there, you can kind of build on top of that.
Okay, I like
that. Makes sense.
100%. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like that, man.
Augie does it best.
All right.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Now, you don't do any coaching, do you, Augie?
Not really. Like here and there, if it's a client that maybe I know them personally, I'd be happy to coach them. But yeah, not so much.
But you did in tennis a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did. Like I think when I was in college, back for the summers, I would coach just to help out at like my local club. Yeah,
sure,
it was a good time. It's pretty valuable, I think, teaching.
Well, I think that your mind now, or you know, like analytics and really analyzing play and things like that. I think that helps a lot. Sure. So the podcast ago, Kaden and I talked about lefty righty teams.
Ooh.
Actually, and you're fortunate, Kaden, to have a lot of lefties in the area. We
have a lot of lefties. We have a lot of lefties out here.
Tessa, we have Augie now, and then Nico, like really high level lefties. But anyways,
Caden Nemov.
Yeah,
technically.
Anyways, Augie, what we talked about, how righty and lefty teams, you know, obviously Ben Johns has talked about this, but it really is a strength, you know, on a lot of different levels. And you as a lefty, when did you, like, let me ask you this, do you always stack right now? And we already talked about the benefits, and I'm sure you already know a lot of benefits of having your forehands in the middle, but do you see any other benefits of, or maybe you actually staying on the opposite side at all? Or what do you think?
There can definitely be some benefits of like not stacking, I think. You are going to get the most bang for your buck as a lefty-righty team with your forehands in the middle, but it's, I'd say, pretty good to change it up once in a while, especially if you're in a rut. Like I've played with Michael Lloyd, who has a lot of offense on both wings, and we've stayed on a couple points or a couple runs, and it's just a completely different look having offense from the outside as opposed to from the middle of the court.
For sure.
And that can just kind of like shock other teams really and take the rhythm away from them.
I don't know. I don't know if it was Newport. I don't really know. But do you guys remember that tournament when Ben and Colin lost against Ben Newell and was it Philip or something?
Philip Locklear, yeah.
So I watched that match, and obviously Johns didn't play their best. They're super, like, they were frustrated at each other and things like that.
Also,
but they played more straight up, and it was, I mean, they were attacking from different ends, and because of and because obviously, like, anytime two righties plays, it's just so different than when a lefty and righty plays. But I like being on the right because I like rolling my cross court dinks cross court. So if you have like both forehands on the outside, you just have freaking rolls on both sides.
That's true.
That's another benefit,
right? And that's the one. But obviously the middle there. But it'd be really interesting to see like a like a Pablo Tellez and
a Federico like playing opposite sides for a day.
Just to switch it up. I don't know. I just would like to see what that looks like. But then I just think they're gonna take middle.
Let me tell you right now. Probably a couple weeks ago, Augie and I were playing, and we're just giving the beat down to these two guys. I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to embarrass nobody, but just giving them the beat down.
Some 3-5s at the local bar.
Heck no, man.
Oh, so tournament.
We made them look like that.
We made them look like that for like the first 8 minutes of this game. All right. We're up like 10-2. And next thing you know, we start goofing off. We kind of just like start itching our butts and like not doing anything, not scaring nobody. And like next thing you know, we're like, wait a second, like it's 10-10.
Oh my
They're
God.
trying. They have all of the momentum and like we're still just like sucking on our thumbs. Like no big deal.
Yeah.
We are down
Is
10-11.
this PPA or APP?
This was
Wreck.
rec.
Oh, right.
But it was serious.
But it was
might as well
serious.
have
It was
been,
intense.
PPA.
Yeah. Well,
It
this
was-
is.
yeah.
If, I mean, we don't have to name names, but this is pro Arizona people, right?
Pro rec.
Okay, got it.
Pro
They know who
rec.
they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you're watching this. I know you are.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
And then, so what happened?
But next thing you know, like we're like down 10-11.
Yeah.
And I just like look at Augie and I'm like, I'm gonna play the right.
Yeah, we got to
And
change
he's
it up.
like, okay.
Yeah.
First point, they miss a return.
Yep.
Second point, they miss another return. And then we earn the third point and we won 13-11.
Yeah.
Dude, it just like
we
it,
teased him.
Mm-hmm.
it will also just like kind of mess you up a little bit.
Yeah, we were like, you gotta be quicker
You
than
know
that.
what I mean? It's like,
You know?
ooh, where do I drop now? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
What do we do here?
Yeah. And Caden actually did something really cool that I'd never seen before.
okay.
We would stack I formation when we were serving.
Oh, yeah.
When we were down 10-11.
So he would go behind you,
he was just straight behind me.
and
I
then
would
you guys
serve.
would just.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would be like, yo, Augie, I'm going to the right now after you serve. I'm like, okay. So I served, and then he would go right, and then they missed 2 returns. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
We're
New
gonna
strat.
we're gonna whip it out this year.
yeah.
We're gonna whip it out this year.
Yeah, that's the new meta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
We're gonna shake the pickleball world,
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "What are these Asians doing?"
Have you, Augie? Have you ever played with another lefty?
Yeah.
Not in probably not in a tournament, huh? I'm
just-
Well,
assuming.
besides Nico,
Just with Nico in that first 5-0. Oh, and then the first season of Tuesday Night Pickleball, I played with
you played with Pesa.
Pesa. Yeah, because I was
Oh.
filling in for Caden.
You were filling in
because
for me. Yeah.
Caden was helping you do your
I remember
camps.
that. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Yeah. What the heck? No, I'm just
So that was a good experience. Yeah, it was sick to play with Pesa. He's a beast.
dog.
He's a
Dog.
beast.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's so funny because like it's like when two lefties play together, they finally get a taste of like what it's like for like 95% of the world.
Yeah.
But what I thought about the other day. Okay, we're gonna get like not super advanced, but we can't really show it. But I want everyone listening and viewing to. This is just kind of my thought process. I want to throw this out there with you guys. Okay.
Okay.
So, Caden, we talked about the other day. Lefty and righty team. We kind of know the strategy, right? 4 hands in the middle. You can from the middle. They could roll balls there. They could cover. They could attack a lot. And then we talked about Ben and Colin's playing style. How it's just so not bulletproof, but it's tough because we got Colin sliding. He's on the right. He slides on everything. He doesn't have to cover anything past his right shoulder.
Right.
And then we got Ben covering middle, and there's really nowhere else to go. My thing is, it would be interesting to see a team of 2 lefties that play like Colin and Ben. And I have to like reformat my brain, but or I would watch Ben and Colin, and I would mirror
The mirror
yeah,
view?
flip it and see what
Yeah.
that would look, because that would be crazy, huh? Do
What you
have you guys
just
ever
said.
thought about that?
What you just said,
Have you ever
like
thought about that, bro?
what you just said, made me start spelling the alphabet backwards.
It was confused. It's still confusing in my head.
That's wild.
my
That's
brain
So,
is
so we got Colin
twisting and turning.
We got Colin on the right.
No,
slide- on the left, sliding left.
Yeah.
And then we have Ben taking over everything middle from the right side. Or
Right.
if we had a team of 2 lefties
Yes,
that could play like
correct.
that, it would be. I don't know how. I would have to think about dink patterns, but I just thought about the other day. I was like, dude, that'd be like freaking hecka interesting against 2 righties.
Yeah, that's
it would
wild.
be.
Then what would dink patterns look like?
I don't even know.
Right.
It's just not, you just don't see that type of stuff.
Never. That would
Okay.
be crazy.
Okay.
I mean, that would be a really effective team.
That would be a really effective team, dude. I'm gonna start learning how to play left-handed.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it a go.
Let's run it.
You're gonna play the right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the left.
Yeah. Here's another one that I threw out. I think we talked about this yesterday. If Colin was same skills, okay, same exact skill set, but if Colin was a lefty, how would their play differ? And I was telling Caden the other day, I think it'd be a little different. It'd be weird because he can't slide over, and
Right.
then there's a lot of balls coming middle on this forehand. What do you think, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So same
Yeah.
skill set, but Colin's a lefty, so they stack.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that look like?
I will stand by what I said and say that I think it actually works better for Ben that Colin is a righty because it allows him to kind of stay in a little bit more of kind of just like a pocket role where like your job is not to miss and to counter big on your backhand. And like I think if he was a lefty and he had to kind of guess like, oh, am I going here, you know, like it would get a little bit confusing. And I think with the backhand, you kind of like the right side job of a right-handed player, like I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's definitely
It's easier. It's more
simple.
cut.
it's it's simple.
Yeah.
You know, it's simpler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in terms of like here's 6 things that I need to be really, really good at, and like, you know what, like if I'm sliding and they catch me here, like, hey, you know what, that was a great spot, but like that's not gonna happen again.
Right.
If I was a lefty and I had to be like, you know, trying to figure out, do I slide left, do I slide right? You know, I think it'd be a little bit more tricky. So
What do you think, Augie?
I think it would as well be a little more tricky. I think Colin would have to develop maybe a little bit different of a skill set.
More
I'd
offense,
say.
I think.
Maybe, yeah. He's also like I'd say pretty backhand dominant in terms of like in the fast stuff. He dinks a lot forehand, but like his resets and counters are almost all backhand.
yep.
So that would have to change, and then
Well, here's the other thing too. When like we've seen glimpses of Ben playing with lefties, like with Tyler Lung or something like that, and they've done really well. So it'd be really interesting to see. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see Ben play with another lefty that's really strong.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if Colin was left-handed, you can still slide the right and just hit a forehand this time, but like,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a few food for thought. It's something I just thought about.
yeah,
Maybe we mirror it. It'd be interesting.
that'd
to
be
see.
wild.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
And I think Ben said right, like the best would be like a lefty righty combo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's his assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
guess
we'll see, man.
I guess anything
We'll
Ben
see.
says is law now, huh?
Yeah.
Ben says cheeseburgers are the most amazing thing on the planet. And
Yeah,
everyone's
we're
like,
getting those after this.
Dude, that sounds
Cheeseburgers.
so good.
I know, I'm so hungry.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Shake Shack or In and Out?
How about Five Guys?
Oh, I don't think so. I
Okay.
would put Five Guys last, bro.
Damn.
What would you? You agree? I mean, Five Guys is overpriced to me, dude.
It is.
Oh,
It is
I'll
like-
give you that.
I think their burgers are bigger though, which I
Yeah.
like, but
Their milkshakes are out of this world.
they are.
Peanut butter milkshake.
All right. So maybe burgers after this.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm down.
I got a question for both of you.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Top 2. We'll go top 2 things. What separates the top 5 players from the top 50 players? All right. So we'll start with you, Katie.
Are we just gonna like go around and say like different things?
We'll start with you. You say you're 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you say
no, I'm
you're
just
1.
gonna agree with you, whatever you say.
All right.
So there's a lot of pros nowadays. There's a lot of there's a lot of great players now. Okay, but I think the top 5 are like pretty much locked in, and we actually will go over a top 5 list. But it seems like the same players are
we
ending
like?
up
Are we
in
just
that
gonna go around and say something?
Yeah.
different? Okay.
Sure.
Until we can't anymore.
Sure. Yeah. So
Okay.
Top 5 to top 50 separation. What is it?
Transition consistency.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say like top 5 compared to top 50. Like the top 5 players in transition are like it's effortless and they're always like at a high percentage, always making it to the kitchen line.
Okay. So getting into the kitchen line then, which is transition. Yeah. So not just
Yeah, sorry,
reset, not
I
just
took
reset.
2 there. I took 2 there.
Well,
That's
not
on
just,
me.
Not just reset. So getting to the kitchen line.
Yeah.
At a high
By any means
clip.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? I'll let you guys say transition later down the road. I'm gonna say my answer there is
Okay.
the top 5 are getting to the kitchen line more consistently.
I think that's a strong argument.
Thank
what
you.
about you, Augie?
Yeah, that's a great one. And then I think maybe just how developed or refined their offenses, I would say. Like having all 4 speed ups, like forehand, backhand, off the bouncer, out of the air is super important.
Except Colin.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, but his like other skill set more than makes up for it. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right.
It's your turn.
that is true.
All right. So my turn. this is gonna be a different lens, but really, so I would classify this as a broader lens, but I would say discipline.
Okay.
So
Smarter shot selection.
Yeah, shot selection and not wavering from what they know that works. Like, so I study Ben and Colin a lot, and also top players like JW and Dylan. They just, their patterns are locked in, and they're gonna make slight adjustments, but like they're gonna make the right play like 99% of the time.
Right. They're not going to do something
Like, they're not gonna
dumb
do
like me.
something crazy, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I really like that. I like that answer better than mine.
No, yours was good, dude.
I don't like your answer better than mine.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fine. Back to me.
Sure. I mean, do you have another one? Now it's getting tough.
I got another
Oh,
one.
you do?
I got another one.
All right. Sure. And then after this, we're gonna give our top five rankings.
Okay. I was gonna say, comfortability in terms of like, no matter what situation they're in, like they're always going big on their serves. They're always looking to return big. Like they're always going to make the shots that, you know they have in their bag. Whereas like maybe someone like me, or even like who knows, even all three of us, right? Like we miss a serve and now we're thinking to ourselves like, okay, like, oh, I'm gonna dial it back just a hair, just so like I don't miss any more serves.
Dude, if I miss a return, I'm definitely dialing my return back.
That's what I mean, right? Is like you miss a return in gameplay, and like your first initial thought is like, oh my God, like I need to like hit it a little bit softer, and then next thing you know, you're just kind of lollipopping your return, But like one thing that I like noticed with Ben and like guys that I mean, I've had to play probably a top 5 male in every second or third round that I've played in a tournament this year, and like in those situations, like they are going big on their serves. They're going big on their returns.
But big to them, let's define that, is consistent. It's not like
for sure. Yeah, and that's what I mean is like they're comfortable with it. Yeah. They're not just like, oh well, like, oh, I hope this works. Like they know they can do it, and they're just like, hey, I'm gonna go as big as I can. And if I miss it long, guess what? I'm gonna go and do it again the next time.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Augie?
I completely agree with that. Yeah. They I think that's kind of innate with like all great athletes, is that they can just kind of compartmentalize like the shot that they're hitting or what they're having to execute versus like the moment.
Yeah. 100%.
All right. Anything from you, Augie? Any separation? I think that covered a lot, but
yeah, that got all of what I was thinking, to be honest. Yeah.
So nothing?
I'll let you know if I think of
All right. So my last one, again, a broad thing, but it's going to be, there's so many ways, but I'm going to say defense. So digging out, scrapping, and like, it's actually partially like what you talked about, Kaden, about transition, but their defense is very good, like top tier.
I would give you that.
So, all right, top 5 list.
Top
Ready?
5 list of what? What we just said?
No, top 5 doubles. What do you got? Doubles players in the game.
We're going men's first?
Yeah, we'll go. Well, we'll go men. We'll stick with. We could do women's too, but
we'll do women's after.
We'll start with men's.
We'll start with men's.
We'll start with
number
men's.
1. Caden Niemoff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, number 1 for real this time. Augie Ge. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
All right. For real this time. Number 1.
The GOAT.
Brandon French. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Okay, fine. Ben Johns. We know with you. Come on.
Okay, number 2. Who would
number 2, I would probably in dubs.
Yeah, this gets tough because
I'm gonna
there's
put
different roles, man.
No, I'm gonna. I know. JW Johnson.
Okay.
JW Johnson is number 2.
Okay.
Number 3. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I did that all wrong. Number 2, Riley Newman.
Okay.
Number 2. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, dog. Number 3 is JW Johnson. Okay. All right. Number 3 is JW Johnson. Number 4, I'm actually gonna take James Ignatowicz.
Wow.
Well, he's in top 10 to me, I think. So I wouldn't.
I think he's dangerous, man.
Okay.
I think he's
super dangerous.
I've never seen a ball hit harder
4. Okay.
in my life.
5.
Number 5. This is where
It's tough.
it gets a little tricky because they're like 3 or 4 guys that could take this.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
course.
But like,
I
golly.
think it kind of we have to, and we'll do this another time. But it's kind of like you have to do like top 5 right side and top 5 left side.
Yeah, right.
But if we're just talking about just pickleball skill and like results and stuff in general, it's tough.
That is really tough.
Like, do you put Colin in top 5?
No, God, no.
You know, you know.
I'll give him top 8.
How do you not put him in a top 5? Well, if the right side.
How do I not put him in a top 5? Because
if the
he has
right
done
side-
absolutely nothing without his brother.
Well, because they play all the time, dude.
Well, yes, but like if you've like obviously like there are some tournaments that Ben doesn't play, and like in those tournaments that Ben doesn't play,
Yeah.
Colin doesn't do squat.
Yeah.
The only tournament like where I've seen him in a championship Sunday where he wasn't playing with Ben was Red Rock this year.
Yeah,
and that's because he played with Deckel, and Deckel plays a very similar role, and Deckel played really well.
Well, then he needs a perfect match. So this is what I can argue with Riley, right? I'd put him freaking up there. But so what's the deal with Riley? So he doesn't have the right partner then?
Well,
Is that what
he played with Thomas this weekend. They did pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know? Oh! Number 5, Thomas Wilson.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Dude, Thomas has grew into, dude, one of the best right
Dog.
side players
He's
of
a
the
beast.
game.
Dog.
Yeah. Nicest
Yeah.
Dog.
All right. Yeah.
And he's so nice.
The easiest
Oh my
guy to root
gosh.
for.
Oh my God, right?
I hate how nice he is, actually.
Same.
He's great.
Yeah.
Then he was having those heart palpitations, bro.
Did you just go on this side? Okay.
All right. What about you, Augie? Would you agree with that list or what, man? What do we got?
For the most part, yeah. I would say Ben, Riley.
Really? Ben? No, I'm just kidding.
Ben, Riley.
Really? Would you put Riley at 2?
Yeah, I think he's still better than J-Dub, who I'd put at 3. Then
Interesting.
it gets dicey.
It gets dicey.
Yeah, like
It's a little bit more
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
up in the
It's
air
tough.
for sure.
hmm
Okay. All right. I like that, dude.
You said
Yeah.
J-Dub at 3, and then who did I say 4?
You said Ignatowicz.
I did.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to switch Thomas and Ignatowicz right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
after one weekend, dude? Come on.
No, before this week, no, I'm a big Thomas Wilson fan, man.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
We hug it out every time we see each other at
Thomas,
tournaments.
Thomas is great.
He's so great.
Okay. It would take forever to do everybody. But here's a question that we could go broad.
Should we go to women's next, or
We
do we kind of know?
Yeah. Well, let me just ask you this. We're all gonna say Annalie number 1.
Really?
But let me ask you this. What do you think? So it's talking about strategy, talking about tools. What are top 2 things, Caden, that puts Annalie at basically separation from the? So what are 2 top things? There's a lot, right? But this would be good to kind of analyze it. And what do the women kind of need to work on, right, to kind of close that gap a little bit? I guess that'd be a good question.
Honestly, her movement is off the chart, and how the way she moves and like remains balanced is out of this world. I think honestly that's like what separates her is like shots where you feel like she has no chance of getting. Like not only is she there, but she can place that ball anywhere she wants. And so like her balance and just like her strength, her endurance, like it's just like unlike any other. Like I mean, she is grinding out men's mixed singles like it's nothing, and it's every weekend, if not every other weekend. You know, like it's crazy how well she does what she does, and like it's all because of just like her mental strength, her physical strength, and just like her balance. Like she is never off balance.
Nah, that's so true.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Augie? What do you think? What separates her from the rest of the crowd?
Yeah, I would say her physicality for sure. But I think Catherine Parento can kind of match her physicality.
Yeah.
I think Annalise also, like, her ball striking is just so pure. Yeah, she can put on a dime, like hit like the biggest ball in the women's game.
So like accuracy.
Accuracy
Accuracy is
yeah,
big.
yeah.
Yeah. She is just a freaking wizard when it comes to ball striking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Accuracy and velocity.
Mm.
Crazy good.
Yeah.
Off the charts.
So you mentioned it, Caden, but I would just really keep it simple. I would say mental, dude.
Her mental strength.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that like just the age thing. Obviously, she's super young, but we've seen her been pressed up against the wall. We've seen her like a whole bunch of stuff, and she just comes out.
Yeah.
And you can't teach that, dude.
No.
That's
She's
tough.
a winner.
She is.
Winners win.
I mean,
There you
she was a winner when she was 11, man.
Yeah.
Did you know that she was my first ever like mixed partner ever?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she was 11. I was 16, and we were playing in like
They played
this.
4-5.
We were playing 4-5, and we waxed everybody,
That's huge.
dude. Like I already like in the gold medal match, we were playing Dave Velardo.
She was like 11,
Yeah,
right? And she was like, I don't
she was
know,
a stick
60
figure.
pounds?
Yeah,
Who
she was a
knows,
stick.
dude?
She was a stick.
Yeah,
but
she was
like,
whacking. We have footage.
but she was whacking the crap out of the ball, and I'm not kidding you. Like first game, we're playing against one of our buddies from like back home, and he's playing with like this 40-year-old lady. Her name was Beth. Really sweet, really nice, and like fourth point in, Annalie got a high forehand and smacked her right in the face. Ooh. And we felt so bad. And Beth probably took like a solid, like, she took her injury time out, like took 15 minutes,
God,
and she comes back in. And I just like remember thinking to myself, like, yeah, this is over.
We got to do it again.
No, but like, no, I knew for what?
I said ruthless, man.
No, but like, no, for real. Like, I knew for a fact. I was like, yeah, this is over. And I think like the gold medal match, we won like 3-1.
Sheesh.
Like,
Yeah.
it was not close. Like we.
Shout out to the
Murdered
Golden
them.
State Pickleball Championships, which no longer exists because Katrina and I used to run it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. As the game's progressing, all right, game's moving forward, and we talked about this a little bit. That's why I'm going to bring it up again, Kaden. But what is any new strategies you see or any shot or anything? Like, okay, so example, right? Example, we had backhand slice returns a whole bunch, especially on the backhand. Today's game, people are coming over, hitting a lot of topspin returns, and players are doing off both wings. Anything strategy-wise or tactical-wise that you guys see the game progressing to the next level from here? I got a couple in mind, but I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Nemov.
Me again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the biggest change that I saw from last year into this year is just the aggression on the backhand side. That was probably the biggest difference for me is like, and I mean that has, plays parts in the fact that we've had more tennis players kind of convert to pickleball and have, kind of made a name for themselves in pickleball doing what they do. But like, I would say last year you almost rarely saw someone attack a backhand unless it was in the air. And like even like
off. So now you're talking about off the bounce.
I'm talking about like being aggressive like with speed ups like on a backhand side, like you almost never saw anything like that. You know what I mean? To speed up on the backhand side, it had to be like a flick in the air or something a little bit higher to attack on a backhand side. But like, I mean, you just see so many people like putting a second hand on the paddle and just being able to kind of just like whip that ball with topspin and kind of put it in awkward locations. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I would say has kind of changed in pickleball that a lot of people are either doing already or trying to learn because it's just so effective.
All right. Totally agree.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Augie?
I think, honestly, that's the biggest one. Also because I can't think of another one.
Okay.
I mean, you even see like Ben trying like two-hand dinks because like it just gives you so much deception to be able to speed it up with two hands. Like if you can dink with two hands, then you can't tell when your opponent's going to speed it up off the bounce.
Right.
So that's just another dimension.
It's 100% true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on that note, Kaden, one thing that we drilled for about 10 minutes. Okay. So new shot, right? We actually see Ben kind of hitting it. Same thing. And something I'm freaking trying to work on right now is the two-handed backhand drop.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like that shot, it's crazy because like so when I started the game, topspin drops in general on the forehand wing weren't even a thing. That's how long I've been in the game, folks. And then obviously now topspin, everything on the forehand, drops and things. But
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna see that more and more on the backhand side, dude. We were practicing it, Kate and I, the other day.
Bro, I was hitting some snappers.
I mean, and it's just
I was hitting some dirty,
it's just
dirty
coming.
drops.
It just comes down, dude. It's tough.
I was
Both hands?
yeah,
Yeah.
2 hands. I was like, yo, I'm sexy right now. I'm sexy.
I love that for
Yeah.
you.
But I think we're gonna see more of that, and obviously, just more people are gonna develop speed ups and 2 hands on that side.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You ever drop with a topspin on your backhand?
I try to here and there, but I don't
Not
have it dialed
comfortable
in.
yet, huh?
No,
Yeah.
no. But some pros like have it. Like
Oh.
I think Ignatowicz does
Ignatowicz does it
Ignatowicz,
full time. Newman.
Anna
it. Yeah,
Riley.
Ruben.
Yeah, full
Yeah.
time.
So Riley,
Riley
Yeah.
does it big time. Yeah, all the time.
Riley, Ignatowicz, Anna Lee,
Anna
Yeah.
Bright. Catherine.
right?
Catherine slices on the dinks. But she
Connor
hits
Garnett.
she hits a 2-hand drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone with a good 2E basically will start to. I think they're gonna.
Yeah.
You see Ben doing it in singles.
Yeah.
Right.
Tyler Loong used to be a 1-hand slice guy, and then when he played singles, put a 2nd hand on it. And so like,
really?
yeah, he'll
Yeah, but he doesn't drop a topspin ever.
no,
He's
not on the backhand side unless he's driving. When he drives, he puts a 2nd hand on it.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah.
It's gonna come in like very widespread in the game.
100%.
What are your thoughts on the? So Augie, you played tennis, and you know what? I get comments all the time about. It's funny. I got this comment the other day, like, "Oh, what about like a one-hander?" In your estimation and your experience, why is it? What's the difference, or why is it so hard to attack, or why are people putting 2 hands on it? So one of the things that, because Kaden and I teach these intensives now, and we teach a lot of players, but the 2-handed shot is one of the things that a lot of players ask me, like, hey, I want to learn this. Why do you think that's the case? And it's more difficult than with one, I guess.
Yeah. I'll start with like at the kitchen off the bounce speed up. I'm not sure exactly why, but it seems like you can get like more acceleration with 2 hands. Maybe you have like a little more leverage with like the 2nd hand on there. And then also you can kind of like catch that, like you can kind of like stop it right here such that you can actually be ready for the next ball. Whereas with a 1-hander, to get like the same amount of acceleration and spin, you kind of have to finish that stroke.
I like that, dude.
Yeah. That's
good
my,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, 100%. Like I feel like I said, I mess around with a 2-hander, and like when I do, like you can be way shorter with your follow through, which will just keep you a little bit more compact.
Yeah.
Whereas like because I use mostly 1 hand, like I can get exposed for like, well, I would say maybe more than you would, because I just have to swing a little bit more if I want more pace on it.
Yeah.
But you know, I have a question for you, actually, Augie. And I kind of have an answer myself.
Oh, okay.
And I'll kind of feed off of what you say. But, you know, with you playing tournaments this year, what would you say was the hardest part? You know, not playing, but like everything around the tournament in terms of like, for me, like,
So just pro pickleball, like what's the hardest?
what's the hardest part about like being a touring pro and like having to go to these tournaments and figure all these things out? What would you say that is for you? Because for me, it's figuring out housing or, you know, flights and finding cheap flights and whatnot. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be having to room with you.
Facts. Facts.
No.
Hey, at least I don't snore like you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a big snorer. I
Gotta put some tape on that mouth.
Yeah, I've begun doing that, and it helps a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do it.
Wait, what?
Like taping your mouth so that you like breathe through your
Wait,
nose.
really?
Yeah, when you sleep.
Supposedly it's really good for you.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. Hardest thing, logistics for sure. Usually like the car rides.
Yes.
You don't have a rental car
Yeah.
because you want to save that money. That's the trickiest
That's the biggest
part.
pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Having to Uber all over the place.
Yep.
For
And then I'd
sure.
say partners as well.
Oh, dude, that's
just
just
like-
a big one, man.
That's a huge one.
Communicating. Yeah, everyone's like always looking for partners like a couple months out. So it's tricky, and everyone's games are changing as well. Like if you have someone that you agreed to play with like in a few months, and then maybe your game has progressed a lot and maybe theirs hasn't, or your games have just kind of gone in separate ways that might not be as complementary anymore, then that gets kind of tricky as well. And also trying to convince like players that you want to play with you as well. It's tricky. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was going to add to that, but diet, like when you're traveling, like it's
Big
hard
time.
to, just go to
Chinese food, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Always a
can't,
good-
but that's the thing too, right? Like, it's like diet is so hard because in order to get the food that you want inside of you, like you have to be able to either get there from a friend, get in an Uber, or have a rental. And all of that is either time or money. And it's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really tricky. Like,
It
that's
is.
why, like, any tournament, like in California, I will always drive to, because it's like, I would much rather have my car and maybe put some miles on my car than go out there and be like, oh, shoot, like, I need this. But
Yeah.
it's going to be an $8 Uber there, and it's going to, oh, great, now the Uber's $13 back. What
Yeah.
the, like, it's a pile of crap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot what it is like playing tournaments and stuff. Must be tough.
It's
man.
not always fun, man. I'll tell you that much.
Not always
I've,
fun.
I've probably had more rough experiences with tournaments than like great
Hmm.
fun, But you know what? The
fun
tournaments,
moments are good.
yeah, the fun tournaments are so worth it that like it's like golf. You have 17 holes where you
is?
have
Okay, yeah,
17
tell me
holes
about
where you
this.
play like crap, and then you have that one hole where you birdie, and you're like,
I'm coming back.
I'm gonna play tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play tomorrow. But
You said that's what tournaments are like?
oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
oh yeah.
All right.
But I would say like Augie and I, like, and obviously like our crew in Arizona, like we have such a good group. Like for some of these tournaments this year, like we've been
Yeah.
able to have a lot of fun where like we all housed together and got to stay in the same place and kind of just move around together as kind of a pack. And
You
it's
guys
like,
are fortunate, man.
we're like a pack of wolves, man. We stay together.
Yeah.
Actually, well, let's segue into Tuesday night pickleball.
Oh
Right?
shoot!
Uh-oh.
We got sorry, are you guys in the playoffs?
Are
or
we
no?
in the playoffs?
They're the 1 seed,
We're
dog.
the one seed,
Okay, yeah.
baby.
See, I don't follow as closely because as this guy,
That's
but okay.
fair.
So we got Tuesday night pickleball coming up, and you guys are
We're playing against each other.
How many? Is it next week?
Next Tuesday.
Yep.
No, we're cool right now, but
Ah.
on Monday,
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
check out.
I
check
hate
out-
this guy.
Check out Tuesday night pickleball. We got Scottsdale Scorchers and is it Tempe?
The Gilbert Gladiators.
Gilbert, see?
Yeah. No,
you
you're
don't
good.
even know what team he plays for.
Gilbert Gladiators with Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
See, I
we
know that.
go.
mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, you guys are gonna duke it out. So
We are.
Yeah.
we're gonna do a little wager, or maybe we do a little analysis breakdown. Maybe we'll have you back, Augie, and we
Oh.
break down some
That'd
points.
be fun. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
I would love
What
that.
do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool. Huh?
that would be
Yeah.
kind of
See,
fun.
this point, we hit the ball to Caden. The next point, we hit the ball to Caden.
Kaden just breaks down.
At this point, Caden takes Augie and
Yeah.
snaps him on his knee.
Actually, stay tuned. I texted both of you guys that idea. I think we're gonna do some fun games here in the Briones Pickleball backyard, and we'll do some fun.
Should be fun.
Fun commentary.
Should be
Pumped
fun.
for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah,
So,
stay tuned.
Can we have like an explicit explicit
irony.
version?
I'll talk to the manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah. So you guys are playing next week.
Yep.
And what is okay? So. Any strategies you guys want to share going in, or
Get the
or
ball
or results
to
any-
Augie.
Hit the ball to Caden.
Yeah.
Any result, or what do you how do you see this panning out, Kaden?
It's not looking good for him.
Wow. Yeah.
Whoa!
We had like a little trash talk video
You know what's-
between each other.
You know what's so
And
funny?
Brady was filming it, and it was the funniest
Oh my
thing.
god! I I didn't know. It's just wait. Is it just there's other teams or no? Is it just you two left?
We're
It all
two
comes
of
down to
three
this.
teams.
No.
So
Two of three. Why?
Yeah,
is there
whoever
three?
wins this goes to the championship. Peoria is already in the championship.
yeah,
They played
also
yesterday.
The semis yesterday. The other semi.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you guys are. This is semifinals. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, one of you guys can't both come out at the same
No.
time. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. All right.
No, we can't.
All right. Okay.
May the best Asian win.
All right. Anything else?
No, I just like to say
No.
you're my guy. I love you.
Before we close it though, we're gonna do the spin wheel here, Augie.
Good old spin wheel.
What we got on here?
Oh, I don't. We
got
got
some good
We
stuff.
got some good stuff, man.
That's some good
Nice.
stuff.
Let me. What do we got? Oh. I got it. Okay. So you know what? I
Might not have a pickup line on the spot, but that's okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
We'll just talk. Okay. We'll talk through. Come on, Augie. Go ahead. Give it a whirl.
All right.
Start from the top because it's a
Go ahead.
little.
The tension.
Yeah, you gotta start.
This
from
is
the
not
top.
tennis.
Oh,
This is
okay.
not tennis strings, man. Let's just
That was kind of a weak spin. I'm not gonna lie.
Pickleball Pro highlight. Okay, so we're actually not gonna watch a highlight, but this is one Augie, and this is one you too. Any pickleball pros? I forgot to actually ask you this, like maybe favorite pickleball pro who you like to watch and see, but any upcoming pros that you like something about their game, or a pro that's up and coming that you're starting to see. That's the whole part of the segment there.
Yeah, great question. Up and coming, probably Jaume.
Oh,
Yeah.
That guy-
On the
Martinez
doubles-
Vic.
Yeah, on the doubles at least, like singles, he's already one of the best.
So you think he's his doubles game has definitely gotten better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. And him and Wyatt Stone just beat the Johns. So that's a big win.
Oh, so
and
that's-
PPA Daytona.
That was a while
Right.
ago.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So that was that's probably that's a bit biggest upset of one of the biggest probably of the year.
Probably.
Along with when they lost to Locklear and what's his name? Ben Newell.
Newell,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big
Jaume?
upset. But yeah, Jaume's got a really good game, I think, and he competes so well. So yeah.
And a two-hander. Speaking of what we just
Yeah,
talked about.
true. So,
Yeah. Well, you know what's wild is like I played Jaume in North Carolina this year, and I played against him with Rob Cassidy, and he was playing with Gabe Tardio, and
Did
I
you
remember-
guys- what was the score? Or how-
we beat him, but like
Oh,
it was fairly tight. I think it was like 15-11, but like I just remember like being like, dude, like this is a guy that's gonna like figure all of this out and just be super freaking good, like on both sides.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I could tell like he was playing with Gabe, who, you know, obviously I think at that time thought he was like better than Jaume, which I think he was a little bit, but he was kind of dominantly playing the left side.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember kind of being like, hey, if you like that left side, man, you know, I'll play the right. I don't give a crap, you know. And he was like, yeah, bro, yeah, you know, like let's figure something out. And I was kind of like, okay, like cool, yeah, let's do it. And then I think like after like that tournament, he like signed up for like a few tournaments with Wyatt, and of course like they started doing well, and he was kind of just like, oh hey bro, like sorry, like I think I'm gonna play this year with Wyatt. And I was like, mistake, but I you know. And then of course they beat Ben and Colin. I was like, yeah, you know. So it's all good, you know. I got to play with Jackie Monroe,
Yeah.
and that was a great experience.
Not Jackie.
No, it's Jackie.
Okay. All right.
It's little Jackie.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Jack was a super great partner. I think he's one of those guys that's really taken off. I would say Jack and Hayden Patriquin are probably my two guys that are going to take this game by storm. And
Hayden.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
two
kid,
lovable kids who are just
Dude. Yeah.
absolutely wicked pickleball players.
Yeah.
Kind of grew up with the sport, honestly. Like Hayden was what Jack was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like Hayden was like a little kid in 15 and winning triple crowns and like 5-0, and then next you know he's 17 and one of the best players in the world. I
Yeah.
guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask you this actually, Augie. Biggest win so far. And I asked Kaden this a few podcast episodes ago.
He's got some big ones
Right.
already.
So one that you felt really good about, and you know, obviously your game is progressing.
He
And
had 3 big ones in Chicago.
yeah, and I
You
know,
know what I
I know
mean?
that you've gotten a bronze at one of the APPs,
Yeah.
right? But what biggest win so far? What's something that you're proud of, or biggest achievable moment so far? Pickleball.
Definitely the bronze, playing men's doubles with Michael Lloyd was probably my best result so far. And then single match win would have to be Craig Johnson and I, first round in Las Vegas. We took down Jay DeVilliers and Callan Dawson in a 3-game battle. That was a really fun one. And that was like the first time where we thought like we could really hang with like the top like
Yeah.
8 seeds and PPA. So
Dude,
Yeah.
I wish is that match online?
no,
not.
unfortunately.
So
yeah.
so Jay
So lame.
DeVilliers and Callan Dawson, what sides were they playing? I want to know this dink pattern.
Jay was playing the left, probably. I would assume, right?
They started on the left.
left.
Then game 3 they switched.
Yeah. So how are you guys? Playing them? Like you just moving the ball around because Craig gets locked in just cross court.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that what you guys were doing?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Craig just locked down cross court dinks. They got fed up with it and then tried to go down the line, and that kind of
opened you up to attack and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
What about did you see a lot of lobs from Callan? Or not really.
Not so many. Like a few for sure, but they weren't as effective as they usually are in that match. For whatever reason.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was probably windy. You said Vegas, right?
Yeah, it was a little
That's
windy.
why.
Yep. Ball was
Vegas
pretty
is
soft.
That takes the lob out, dude.
Yeah.
Almost completely. Almost.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Okay, interesting.
Helped us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Cool. All right, give it one more whirl. One more whirl, Augie.
Well, let's do it. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hard.
There we go. That's a real whirl right there. Same
Okay,
one.
one more time, Augie. One
What
more
are the
time.
odds?
Dude, you gotta
there you
play
go.
the lotto after this, bro.
Oh.
Pickleball dream vacation, Augie.
Oh.
What do we got? Who are you bringing along?
Where you going?
Where are we going?
Easy.
Dude?
Payson round 2.
Let's
Boys.
go.
Let's
with
go,
the
baby.
boys.
Yeah.
With the boys.
All right, Payson is in Arizona. If you guys don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the heck that was, but
Yeah,
okay, so you
like
guys-
Caden said, our buddy Craig Johnson owns a property up there with a beautiful pickleball court, and just would do it again in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah,
Nice.
Facts.
I got
Facts.
a good one. This one's gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna purposely land on it.
Oh, how'd that happen? Wait.
Pickleball What-Ifs. We talked about this.
Pickleball
Last segment. Okay. So we got we named a couple good. We gotta start writing them down.
We should.
Okay. So my first one is, what if Anna Lee was never born? So who would be the top right now?
Probably Catherine.
Yeah,
Think so?
yeah, I think so.
On singles or doubles or mixed or everything?
Singles for sure. Yeah, probably.
Singles for sure.
Yeah,
Mixed, probably for sure.
Okay.
yeah.
And then women's, I think it
Now-
would be like a toss-up between her and Anna Bright.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Anna Lee's out. Then who's Ben playing with? So you think Ben's playing with Catherine?
Probably.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next, what? Do you have a good one?
I got a
You
good
got a
one. All right.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
Hypothetical. Okay. Hypothetical.
Ben Johns goes swimming in the ocean and has his right hand eaten
Oh.
by a shark.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
And he can no longer play pickleball right-handed. He can only play left-handed
With one hand.
with one hand.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That's okay. This is not gonna happen. But let's give him the two-hander on the other side. How about that?
What?
Because that's gonna be. I know where you're going, but that's gonna be okay. We can
Okay,
do
hold
both
on,
scenarios.
hold
We
on,
can
hold
do
on.
both scenarios. Like he
What's
has
your
like
most important fingers? Your thumb and your...
Let's just say he has a
thumb and index?
Let's just say he has a
Maybe.
thumb and a middle
Okay,
finger.
fine. All
That's it.
fingers got
Yeah.
eaten off except for the thumb.
and middle finger.
No,
Or
that
whatever. He could
that's-
grip it on this side, but he can't play with it.
that would be a blessing. No. It's the thumb and the index finger, okay?
All right.
He gets the thumb and the index finger
Okay.
on the right hand. How dominant is he? Is he dominant? What's the highest level he's reaching?
So yeah,
we
what's
don't
the
know.
highest level he could go? I have some thoughts on this.
Like now, so he's fully training.
He's fully
He's
left-handed.
fully lefty, yeah.
Fully left-handed,
Yeah.
and when he adds a second hand, it's only two fingers.
Are we assuming he's like naturally like lefty then?
No,
Or, like,
no,
okay,
like-
so he's
No,
like
we're-
got to train.
He's
We're
gotta-
assuming right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Okay.
if you know of any of his
Oh, right
lefty-
now
Right now, like if
Yeah.
that actually happened.
it's probably like a 5-0.
Oh, but what's the highest he can go?
He
you
can
think?
go.
I have some thoughts.
He
on this.
can.
I think he could. So for me, I think he could get to top 20.
Really?
That's crazy.
I think so.
Really?
I don't know
Okay.
about top 10. That's another
That,
ask.
that
I
makes
think
me feel better in
top
what
25 maybe.
I think it would be tough to get to top 50.
It would be tough.
I think so.
It would be tough. But if he trained it,
If he trained it.
If he
You know-
took like all next year off, like and he trained it, I think he.
you know he's already a 5-0 right now with being left-handed. Did you know
Yeah.
that or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Dominate the 5-0.
Yeah.
Be the greatest 5-0 player of all
Okay.
time.
See, I thought
would
you were
be
going.
super
I thought you were
interesting.
going a different what if angle, but
Oh, really?
okay. What if the same thing? Basically, what if Colin Johns wasn't his brother? That's what I was gonna ask. Who would he be? Who would he?
Probably
be?
Matt Wright again.
Think
Probably,
so?
He'd probably still be playing with Matt.
Yeah, because Dylan's off the table, huh?
Well, I just think him and Matt have history, and like they played together from like 2021 to 2022, and then when Colin was like fully ready to kind of like commit to pickleball full time, like
You know what? That would be a tough match.
when Colin got injured,
I got you.
he played with
I
Matt.
got you, but
But
the JW and Dylan today is a different team. So who would win, JW and Dylan or Matt and Ben? I think it'd be close, man.
It'd be real close.
What do you think? I think it'd be close, dude.
I would take Ben and Matt only due to the fact that Matt and Riley pretty much always kind of beat J-Dub and Dylan. Now, I think J-Dub and Dylan have gotten better since then too,
Yeah, dude.
but like if we're talking numbers here, Riley and Matt pretty much beat them almost every time.
Okay. All right. Thoughts, Augie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You agree?
think I would lean towards Ben and
Even Riley and
Matt as
Thomas,
well.
they beat J-Dub and
yeah.
Dylan this weekend, this
Yeah.
last weekend. So that's just me.
All
That's
right.
just me.
All right. There
agree with that.
goes our what if. You got a what if, Augie? You got one to add, dude? Huh? I'm putting him on the spot here. What if there was no Chinese food, Augie?
We would die.
What would we be eating? Where are we going right
I'd
now?
probably
I'm like
starve.
starving.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. I can't
Yeah.
even think straight right now, man.
Okay.
Let's go. What would oh gosh. What if you just never discovered pickleball?
Dude, you know what would be a
Wow.
good segment?
Huh.
If we asked all the pro, like, what would all the pros be doing? Like, we
Yeah.
would be all on a random stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'd still be a UPS driver. What would you be doing?
I'd still
What
be
would
in
you-
college.
You'd be a bum.
Well, I'd be homeless in the streets of San Francisco.
You would.
Well,
You would be out of
technically,
college. No, you would be in college.
actually, well,
Yeah.
no, technically,
good
I
one.
would have graduated
Yeah.
in the summertime, and I probably would have been trying to continue my commentating career.
Oh.
Yeah.
Augie,
a
you'd
great
probably be
answer.
doing the same. Oh, yeah, you have a
Probably.
job. still,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
But I'd be a lot less happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's.
I wouldn't know any of you guys,
Oh.
any of you cool people, but
Yeah.
personally, I just want to say thank you, Augie, for being my friend and being here today because, it's not easy to spend so much time with me and, you do it willingly. So
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Dude, trust me, I know from experience.
I was forced to be here, but no, thanks so much, guys, for having me on. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show, and yeah, just appreciate you guys. Yeah, Caden, you're my dog. Jordan's also
Right.
my dog. Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens in the result of next week's Tuesday night pickleball game. But again, thanks everybody for watching. You may see more of Augie in some videos. We may
just might.
try out some really cool content. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.